Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you happen to be tuning in, thank you very much as always. Today I will be making my Sunday's Super Wildcard predictions for the NFL, obviously wildcard, the first postseason game of the 2021. Nobody's going to miss 2020, so hopefully 2021 brings a lot better things and a lot better things around the world as well. So the matchup, the first game of the afternoon has the Tennessee Titans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be the fifth matchup in both these teams' franchise going head to head, and ironically, the away team has won every single time. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 2-2 record, as the Ravens won the first two games in Tennessee, and then the Titans took the next two games. They actually beat the Ravens last postseason when it looked like the Ravens were going to be unstoppable and go to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden Derrick Henry showed up, and they had no defense. No one could stop Derrick Henry. He's just an absolute monster. Which brings us to now. So obviously Lamar Jackson's 0-2 in the postseason. He lost to the Chargers in the wildcard round in 2019, and obviously lost to the Titans, unfortunately, last year. So he's had very little to no luck in the postseason. So he's looking forward to righting that ship. As for the quarterback on the other side, Ryan Tannehill, he will be making his fourth appearance in the postseason. And ironically, all three games came last year when he was with the Titans, and unfortunately they fell short against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Even though the road teams, like I mentioned previously, had won all previous four matchups, I just believe there's something about this Titans team that's very dangerous. I'm going to go with my gut and say that the Titans will break the away winning streak and they will get a home victory against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. If I am right, then sorry Baltimore fans, maybe next season. The second game has the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. This is going to be their third postseason matchup, and Chicago has a 2-0 advantage. They first met in the 1990 playoffs, and the Chicago came out with a 16-6 victory. And the last time they met was in the 2006/2007 NFC Championship, and obviously the Bears went on to go on to the Super Bowl, but unfortunately fell short due to Peyton Manning. Clearly, the Saints are looking to get back in a contending. Looking back, let me rephrase this again. The New Orleans Saints are looking to go on hopefully another postseason ride. As I mentioned in my previous video, it seems that Drew Brees might be on his last legs. He's contemplating and considering retirement after this year, so I'm sure he'd love nothing more than to go out like Peyton did back in Super Bowl 50 and get another Super Bowl ring under his belt. And even though that the Chicago Bears have won two postseason games against the New Orleans Saints, their overall matchup, the Saints actually have a better winning percentage, a better record against the Bears in the regular season with 17-15 overall. Obviously, they'd lost two games in the postseason, so really they're only 17-13 against the Bears, which isn't that bad. I'm going to get down to the quarterback matchup between Drew Brees and Nick Foles. I'll just basically tell you the records and go from there. So Drew Brees will be making his 17th playoff appearance. 16 have come with the New Orleans Saints. He unfortunately had one game with the Chargers and did not come out victorious against that one. Move this over. There we go. Sorry. And as for Nick Foles, he's obviously a very well-known quarterback. He's been around for quite some time. He actually has a very good winning percentage when it comes to the postseason. He's 4-2, and obviously, just recently Super Bowl 52, I do believe, when they took the Philadelphia Eagles all the way to the championship, and they defeated the New England Patriots. Both former NFL MVPs, obviously both former champions. They definitely have some grit going behind them. I'm going to go and say that the Saints come out away with this victory. Even though Nick Foles has proven he can be very deadly in the postseason, he's a very reliable quarterback. I just believe that this is the Saints' year to get over that hump. They've had 3 straight heartbreaking postseason games, and I'm sure they would love to right that ship and get back, like I said, to a Super Bowl contender and get into that mix of things to compete for a championship. So I will go with the New Orleans Saints in this Sunday evening/afternoon game, depending on where you're at. Forgive me, I have notes. And the final matchup of the Super Wildcard Weekend, as I call it, has the AFC North foes between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think their third postseason matchup, and unfortunately Cleveland has fell short both times. If you're a Browns fan, you got to think this is pretty amazing that you made it this far. Now, can Baker Mayfield carry this team on a playoff run? This is obviously going to be his first playoff appearance in his NFL career, and this is the first time the Browns have made the postseason since 2002, when they ironically played the Steelers and fell short against them. And as for the Steelers, this is going to be their first time in 3 years in the postseason. They obviously made it back in 2018, and unfortunately fell short. They lost in the divisional round, and then 2017 they did that, and then 2016 they made it all the way to the AFC Championship, but unfortunately they fell short to the New England Patriots. And speaking of the quarterbacks, as I mentioned previously, Baker Mayfield's going to be making his first playoff appearance of his NFL career, and the guy on the other side has a few years of experience, you can say, with Ben Roethlisberger at the helm. And it just seems like this is kind of like, after missing the playoffs the last 2 seasons, and obviously injuries have played a major role in the Steelers missing the playoffs as well, this is the time for them to shine. And they won, 11 games or 12 games before they unfortunately suffered their first loss. I do believe this is a team that's going to be very hard to beat, and it's going to be a team that's going to be like on a mission. They want to get to the Super Bowl. It's basically a Super Bowl or bust, in my opinion, if you're a Steelers fan. And with that being said, drum roll please. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one, and I do believe they will advance to the AFC divisional matchup. If that is the case, as I said previously about the Baltimore fans, I do apologize for Cleveland if you do fall short. Prove me wrong. Maybe you guys are an unbelievable team. You're going to be like a Cinderella team that can go far. Prove me wrong. But otherwise, I do believe the Steelers, the depth and their quarterback and their coaching, they've just been together for so long, and they're perfect almost together, that I do believe they will get over the hump and move on to the next round. So that's my video for today. I do plan on making a video on Monday to review my picks to see how we do, and then obviously I'd like to continue this flow of making previews and reviews as often as I can, because I would love nothing more than to keep this consistent until we get all the way to the Super Bowl. So as always, everyone stay safe, take care. We'll see you next time.